Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Greg, what's up, man? I think you're muted there, bud. There he is.
There he is.
What's up?
How are you, buddy?
Good. I got somebody here with me tonight.
Ooh, is that Shane?
That's Shane, yeah.
Hi, everyone. What's up? What's up,
Hey,
Greg?
Shane, how are you, man?
I'm just here.
Checking out what's going on because you're going to be a guest on our show, aren't you? Coming in the future.
March 1st. Just happened to be around town, and David was like, "Come on, let's get on your show." I'm like, "All right, I'm here."
That's cool.
Let's go.
Come and hang out. So how are you both doing? All right.
I'm doing good, man. Everything's well. Everything's fine. A lot of rain going on. What's the weather like up in the old Northeast there?
Freezing rain.
Yeah.
Right now we're right on the cusp. So I'm hoping it's not going to ice over. It probably is going to ice over tonight, but tomorrow by the time the sun comes up, it should melt and it won't be a sheet of ice. So that's a blessing.
Yeah, it's been raining like crazy, but definitely not that bad. So thank goodness. So
I still got 20 inches of snow outside, bro.
Yeah, you guys can keep the snow, man. We don't want that snow down here in Florida. No, thank you. So I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the that are following along with us tonight. Thank you guys for checking in with us. And as always, we like to keep things interactive, you guys. So please feel free to drop in the comments who you are and where you're checking in from so we can give you a shout out. Also, as always, we're doing a giveaway tonight. One of our guests tonight gave us a nice little giveaway to give away tonight. So we're going to give those to some of our guests tonight. In order to do that, all you got to do is text your name to the number streaming across the bottom of the screen there. Just text your name to that, and we will. That'll make you eligible to win. You can also use the QR code. Now, sometimes people tell us this QR code doesn't work, so let us know if the QR code works for you. Just scan it with your phone, and it should take you directly to the top of your phone where you can click on that to text in your name and be qualified to win one of our giveaways today. Brian says, hi, what's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. All right, Greg, I'm done with my comments. Here we go. What are we doing?
Well, we got a packed look. We really got a packed show tonight. So, but besides everything that's going on, you know, we the week was okay. I'm really excited to get to our show. We got two fabulous guests. We got Rob Peters from Peters Entertainment. Going to talk a little bit about bubble parties. He's the bubble music man, as I hear.
Yeah.
And also we've got Rob Schwartz, the owner of humag.tv. Actually, humagtv.com. Excuse me. This guy is just he's wait till we do his bio. That's all I'm going to say. So once I do his bio, you're going to see what he's.
Yeah, I mean, we better make sure everybody on the show knows the show might go a little longer just for having to read Rob Schwartz's bio.
Yeah, right.
It reads like a who's who in the industry, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I like that a lot, and we're gonna have some fun with that. All right, so. Let's just kind of real quick. Last week, you know, we had Adam from the Zeke Sky Band on talking about the old rock and roll life, which was pretty cool. Those guys rock out, man. That's some good workout music they do.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh my God, yeah. And I especially like he classified it as alternative rock. So because I wanted to hear more about it, and I want, you know, I tell Pandora what to play, and it's going to play more of that stuff. So yeah. I really got into it, and it's a way for me to expand. You know, as an entertainer, as a musician, expands my mind listening to all different types of music. So, and that's what I wanted to bring to the show, that too. I mean, you know, we got to all think outside the box. And I think that was a perfect way to expand our knowledge.
Absolutely. Shout out to Natural Aura, man. Thanks for joining us. You're never too late, buddy. Good to see you. Jeff Rush checking in with us. Jeff Rush was a previous guest on the show as well. Thank you, Jeff, for being on here with us. Yeah. So, I mean, just a reminder to everybody, if you miss any of our shows, you can always go to inthequeupodcast.com, and that'll take you directly to our YouTube channel for now. We're building out a website for the show, but until then, we just have that redirected directly to the YouTube page where you can see all of our past guests in the interviews that we did with them and so forth. Also, just to remind everybody, I know that who is it that always keeps telling us they got us? Oh, Andrew. Andrew keeps saying he's got us on this this next little piece I'm going to bring up, which is our theme song and our logo contest. I'm trying to see who out there is going to be the first person to deliver their shot at either the theme song or the logo for the show. And just a reminder, if you're first time watching the show, that we are running a contest right now for that, looking for somebody to produce us a
a theme song for the show.
I just said it.
And then also somebody's good with graphics to help us with a good graphic logo for the show. So if you guys are interested in doing that, if you're one of those folks, hey, Professor Jam out there, what's up? Hey, Professor Jam, you see how this says Facebook user hashtag Professor Jam? You can eliminate that. And here's how you can eliminate that by going simply to StreamYard.com/Facebook. If you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, it'll just give StreamYard permission to show your face, your likeness, and your name. And you just click it one time. And then anytime you're on any broadcast that has people that are using StreamYard, then we'll be able to see your name and your face, which we like to see. We like to see that a lot better than Facebook user, because Facebook user is so random and it could be anybody.
Right. It could be one of my friends from Philly in the witness protection program. So that's, we got to.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, so let's just dive right into it, Greg. Let's dive right into it.
Please, yeah.
Just want to remind everybody about our contest tonight, because right now nobody's signed up yet. So if you're watching, don't forget to sign up for our giveaways. I mean, it's mad simple. All you got to do is text the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Send us your name. You can also scan the QR code. I'm going to actually try to do that with my phone right now and make sure this QR code is actually working. So if I go there, yep, it pulls it right up. It says compose a message. Boom. Perfect. So it is working. Good. All right. So come on, guys, jump on that so we can do some giveaways tonight. We'd rather give them away to people watching and not just random people, just toss them out to random people on the streets, whoever catches them. We really want to give those away to our viewers and listeners. So let's get rolling. Greg, do you have a bio for our first guest, Mr. Rob Peters?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start off with Mr. Rob Peters. Rob Peters comes with gifts, by the way. Rob's going to be giving away 3 roll-up limbo poles. For those that don't know what they are, hopefully he'll have a sample, or I'm going to have to dig one of mine out that I've had in the pack here. But 3 lucky viewers today are going to win one of those 3 lucky limbo poles. All right. So he's promoting Bubble Parties and the newly revised Bubble Parties business programs for DJs and entertainers. All right. Rob began his career as a mobile DJ 32 years ago in Southern Maine while pursuing a degree in communications and broadcasting from St. Joseph's College in Maine. Rob has also worked as an on-air personality in Portland. Following college, Rob returned to the greater Boston area and eventually started Rob Peters Entertainment. Rob is also an award-winning children's entertainer and operates the Bubble Music Man and Bubble Parties. Rob has recently joined the team of entertainment specialists, one of Boston's leading entertainment agencies, to provide entertainment services, team building, and game show services. He also recently appeared as a DJ of all things in the film Godmothered, which was just released on Disney Plus in December 2020. Now I got to check that out. Social media links, handles on LinkedIn. You can find him linkedin.com/in/DJ Rob Peters, exactly how it's spelled. Facebook at Rob Peters Entertainment, at DJ Dogs, and at Game Show Boston. That's a lot of Facebooks, bro. Twitter is at DJ Rob Peters and DJ Dogs 1. And Instagram at Rob Peters Entertainment. And let me guess, at DJ DEEJAYDOGS.
Why you gotta keep bringing up the DJ Dogs, man? You're making me hungry over here.
I gotta ask them what DJ dogs are. Are they hot dogs? Are they little dogs that know how to DJ? I don't know.
You gotta figure that out.
Little dogs that know how to DJ.
That would be cool for YouTube with that.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, well, we gotta figure that out. I've seen some videos of some dogs DJing. There's some pretty funny videos out there of that.
What? You know what? You're giving me an idea. I got a puppy. Giving me an idea here.
See?
Giving me an idea.
Let's go viral. Let's go viral.
Right? You can get your Instagram stories game up going with your puppy DJing. All right, let's get Rob in here. Here we go.
Get it. Let's get
Rob.
Hey, Rob.
All right. So let's talk about this dog business for a minute, because I know you're all curious. All right.
What's up, JD?
So pandemic hits, and obviously a lot of us are pivoting. We're going to talk about bubbles and all that stuff and how that comes into this in a minute. But something I decided to do was to invest in a mobile food business.
Ooh.
And I originally was going to name it after my dad, who passed away last year from pulmonary fibrosis. It was something that we had talked about doing. And I was sitting around with some friends, and we were just knocking around some ideas about menu items. And My fiance Kim's best friend says, "Why don't you call it DJ Dogs? Because you're a DJ, and you can play music while you're on location, and maybe you can integrate this into events and stuff." And it just kind of clicked. So we have a mobile food business, and we're actually introducing snow cones as well this year. But we go out and we sell hot dogs and we bring them to events. And it's actually been pretty profitable beyond just being that guy on the side of the road that's got the little hot dog stand. We've actually incorporated it, and we're able to pivot with this into a lot of unique events last year.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty. So that's what DJ Dogs is all about. It's the new venture. Very proud of it. Very excited to see what we're going to do this year. And it was honestly something I never expected to do, but coronavirus just really kind of changed a lot of stuff. And I felt that I needed to do something to help keep my business afloat. And all my Facebook stuff, Greggy, it's real simple. It's all branding. Each one of my brands has their own little Facebook page because it's a different fan base. I own game show parties in Boston, so my game show people are corporate event planners and trivia people. My Bubble Music Man, that's all my moms and all my daycare. So by segregating those audiences out, at the end of the day, the check still reads Rob Peters Entertainment, which is pretty cool. But it allows me to really target my social media to that particular audience, which has been a lot of fun.
Excellent. Everybody needs to stop and rewind right now and listen to what this man just said, because that's very, very important. Thank you for stating it the way you did too. He's branding three different side hustles right now. Five. Whoa, excuse me. Whoa. The three big ones you mentioned.
So, let me go through it with you again real quick. And again, there was some of it that isn't there. Rob Peters Entertainment. Think Coca-Cola. Okay. Coca-Cola owns Sprite, Diet Coke, Fanta root beer, the Fanta brands, and then like mug root beer. And ironically, they also up here bottle David's favorite drink,
Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Yes.
But when the truck pulls into the store and the invoice comes off the truck, you're still writing that check to Coca-Cola. But if you look at what Coca-Cola does, all of those particular brands have their own message.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. That's something I picked up years ago when I used to work for Mobil. I worked for Mobil Oil back in the days when they actually used to work on cars at gas stations and didn't have little snack shops. I was around there for that whole transition, which was pretty cool. So
what's up to Elite DJs and DJ Busy? DJ B Dizzle. Sorry, I'm not. I didn't eat my Snoop crackers today, so I apologize for that. But heck yeah, thanks for checking in. Also, JD Fields says, "Who talked you into snow cones and cotton candy?" Ironically, JD did. Well, look at there.
Want some props. So JD is one of our new bubble party providers, and I want to get to this because I appreciate the opportunity to come on. By the way, David and I go back years. He remembers me when I had hair, Greggy. So.
Yeah, I do actually.
And ironically, I did look it up, David. I dressed for Dave tonight. I wore the Red Sox t-shirt. Pitchers and catchers report on Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, here's another part of that crew.
Yeah,
Luke checking in.
Luke, what's up, man?
Part of the original crew right there.
That's cool.
It's funny because JD and I talk all the time. It's kind of like when I call you, David, and we just talk shop for a while.
Yeah.
JD's always been doing some unique stuff. He's done amusements, he's done food and stuff like that. We're on the phone, and around the holidays, we had added mini donuts and hot chocolate bars to the hot dog cart, which was pretty cool. So we were doing that. Oh, that's Kevin Porter with the whole "Let's Go Racing." Yeah. I should have been down there doing this live with you and gone to Daytona yesterday, but that's a whole nother story. But so JD and I we bounced stuff back and forth, and he's like, you should do snow cones and cotton candy, and I'm like, I do kids stuff, so that would be perfect. So that kind of clicked, and that's where that whole thing came from.
That's great. All right.
So, we want to talk about bubbles? Or do you want to talk about those roll-up limbo poles we're giving away first?
Can you do me two favors? Number one, can you show me that T-shirt one more time? Just because I'm So proud that you wore that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Hang on,
And,
wait.
oh, even the Ortiz on the back. Okay. All right.
I told you where we got this one.
I know. I always catch flack, but I don't care. I'm a diehard fan. It is what it is, and I always will be. Daryl, what's up, man? Thanks for checking in. Daryl, thanks for checking in. Yeah, Rob, do you have a sample of the old roll-ups nearby?
I don't have a sample here with me at the moment. They're all in my warehouse, but I do have a screenshot that I can share. If
Actually,
I hit this come to my desktop, right?
I might have one. It's the same one that's memory, the big long tube that rolls up, right?
Yeah.
Hang on.
What else is funny is I just said roll-ups and our viewership went up by like 50 people. So I'm thinking that they're probably thinking a different roll-up than what we're actually talking about here.
They're all from Jersey.
Starting to get excited right now.
Right?
Hang on. I'm putting it up on my screen right now.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's an 8-foot roll-up limbo pole, and it rolls up to be about basically a little bit thinner than a regular soda can, and about 6 inches in diameter. And you can fit it in your gig bag. You can fit it in your laptop bag. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I mean, back in the day, you used to carry around a shower curtain rod.
Yeah.
Limbo. And this comes in hit with a lot of the stuff that we do when it comes to a lot of the interactive entertainment and kids. So, yeah, we've got 3 of them to give away tonight. So I'll let you guys have the honors on that.
Those things are awesome. Oh, my God, Rob. Yeah, I've had mine for years and years. Yeah, they're awesome. All right. Did you tell us how you became the bubble music man?
You know what? Real quick, let's do a kind of a reset here because we've gone all over the place and we're like we're everywhere. And I got people in the chat saying, "Let's go Phillies." My brain is like getting really freaked out for a second here. Let's start with Rob. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the industry, and then about the bubble parties. Sorry, and I'm just going to flash up all of these things for people to see their.
And I'm going to ignore the comments because I'll get sidetracked again. And my ADD, I didn't take my meds today, so
just ignore the comments, and I'm going to keep throwing them up there.
I got started in college, and that's I was the shy kid where I grew up. I was the one that I didn't have a lot of friends, and I really wasn't outgoing at all. And I wanted to produce TV shows. And I went to a college in Maine, and they pair you up with an upperclassman. And I made friends with a group of people, and one of those people was one of the popular DJs for all the events, and he taught me what he knew. He actually mentored me in some of my radio stuff too. And the opportunity came about for me to do a night, and he really encouraged me to do it, and I did. And I had a lot of fun. I discovered 3 things that night. I discovered that I made some money. I discovered that I really wasn't that shy anymore. And the third thing I discovered is that the ladies like the DJ. So I came out of my shell rather quickly. I pursued my degree. I did some radio, and I came back to Boston and decided to, in the beginning, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was applying for radio jobs. I had applied at Disney. I took a job because I needed to make some money as the assistant manager for a regional record store chain called Strawberries up here in the Northeast. And I then got a radio gig, and I was asked by one of the girls that I was dating at the time to DJ a party for her sister. And I had sold off a lot of my gear after college and decided I wasn't going to do it anymore. But, she asked me to do it. She batted her eyes. I was kind of, it was one of those things, maybe she's the one. So I decided to go ahead, and I rented some gear, and I did the party. The party went really well. The dance floor was packed, and people kept on coming up and asking me for a business card. Now, in my college career, I never once was asked for my business card because everybody knew where to find me on campus. So I grabbed napkins and was writing down. This is back when you had pagers with voicemail. You had a beeper and you had voicemail, and people could leave a message, and then you call them. And I was leaving my beeper number. And I immediately, when I get done with the gig, went to a payphone and changed my outgoing message so that it said, "Hi, it's Rob the DJ. Leave a message and I'll get back to you." And things took off. I left my day job in 1998. I was working part-time as a DJ. At the time, my full-time job was a mutual fund transfer agent, which is another classy word for phone rep to get yelled at by stockbrokers when the market went down. I left my day job in 1998, and I made some friends with some people in the industry. John Allo, who was a local DJ up here in the Boston area, was a guy who I really wanted to. I kind of looked up to him because I kept on seeing him everywhere. I would go to events and I would be in the office with the event planner going over details, and his stuff would be there. And he had what I considered to be the right marketing, the right personality. So I got to know him. And in 2004, we were on our way up to Maine to go speak at a conference. It's actually late 2004, 2005. And he asked me to drive, and he was telling me about these things that he was doing called bubble parties and how they were for preschools and how he was going to make a lot of money. And the whole way up, we just chatted back and forth about it. And it was almost like he wanted a buddy in the business. And my first book that I had written had just come out, and I was really trying to focus on book sales and seminars and taking that path. So I kind of let John, I kind of just backed away from it a little bit. About 2 years later, John called me. He was in the hospital, and he asked me to come see him, and he said it was really important. And he had a heart attack, and he couldn't lift gear anymore. So he had started bubble parties because his health was beginning to fail, and this heart attack really kind of set things in motion to the point where he had to retire from everything altogether. And he had about 30 bubble parties on the books. Now, this was the beginning of April 2007, and the first show was a week away.
Oh, wow.
And we sat in the hospital room. He gave me 30 dates, and we went through the entire show. And then I went to his house, and I picked up his bubble machines from his wife and all of his gear. And I went, and back then was when, you could put all your songs on a CD, and you were working with a Newmark CD Mix 2. So I had my own Mix 2, but his wife had given me all these CDs that he burned. And so I threw them in, and I did the show. And honestly, it brought me back to the first time I ever did a wedding. And that moment before you're about to open the microphone and introduce the wedding party, it was that kind of a feeling, but with like 3 to 8 year olds. And I pulled it off. And I went and did one 2 days later, and it began to become a little bit easier. That's how things took off in 2005. In 2007, John passed away. And I'd been doing all of his shows, and John had developed this business plan to teach other DJs how to do kids entertainment and bubble parties. And he was selling it to DJs. And after he passed, his wife called me up and asked me to come over and visit. And when I did, she asked me to take over the program. So I took this whole bubble parties thing and kind of developed it into something that will help DJs make more money. And the one thing that's been really nice is I talked about my little side pivot from last year. I did about 50 or 60 bubble driveway parties because we as an organization got together and we were doing mastermind groups for all of our providers. And we came up with ways to begin to do shows because parents were still willing to spend money on their kid's birthday party. So that's how this whole thing has been. And we've developed it into a plan, and we've had a lot of fun with it. And, it's one of the things that I tell people, it's not for everybody. This is one of those programs that if you don't like kids, this isn't going to work for you. And it's not doing a lot of the true, it's more entertainment than it is DJing. But it's a great way. It's gotten me through the pandemic, that and hot dogs. Who'd have thunk?
Explain what you do. I mean, you come there with bubble machines, and what do? You hokey pokey with these kids, or
you know what? You're half right. You're half right. You know what? I actually do have a video. I can show the video if that's okay. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it up.
please.
Yeah, let me
While,
take
while
it
he
off.
does that, while he brings the video up there, I'm just going to give a few quick shout outs here. So DJ Ron checking in from Ottawa. Thanks for checking in, Ron.
Canada.
Appreciate that. We had a question from Professor Jam, asking what are you mixing with nowadays, Rob? So maybe we can find that out in a little bit here.
Good question.
Yeah, you know what? I'm having a little problem with the video here, so it's gonna. You know what? I'll come back to the video.
That's okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
No
I'm
worries.
gonna go ahead. Take your time to try to get that. Pop that up there. I'm gonna put another plug out real quick for the giveaway today. Just want to remind everybody, if you guys are interested in winning one of the collapsible, breakdownable limbo poles that Rob's giving away tonight, just text the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen or scan the QR code in the top right-hand corner. Just send us your name. If you do text in, please be sure to change your name. There'll be a text that's going to come back to you that explains how to change your name. Please do that so we know who you are and we can make sure to get you the prize if you're one of the people we select. Once again, all you got to do is just do that down at the bottom, use the number that's scrolling across the bottom of our screen, or just scan the QR code and you can quickly and easily become one of the possible winners. So I see that just came up there, Rob. So I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and throw this up on the screen and we will roll with it. Here we go.
Nice.
All right, so that's the general gist of what a bubble party is. Now, a couple of things before the comments go off. That was filmed pre-COVID, and this program was originally developed as an entertainment program for daycare centers. That's how John originally came up with the idea. He actually went to his daughter's daycare for career day, and what ended up happening was the teachers enjoyed the show and the kids loved it so much that the owner of the school asked him to come back and they offered to pay him. So that's how this whole thing came about. What we did over the past year was we made it so they were more portable and so that we could get 2 kids' birthday parties in their driveway. And we made it so that we've redesigned this program. If you've heard of this program before, and I've talked about it as more of a daycare thing, one of the things that we've worked on with our redevelopment is being more than just a DJ with a bubble machine, because anybody can do that. And a lot of parents, it's like being a DJ. You are more accessible now to things like music and gear when you walk into like BJ's Wholesale Club or Party City or any of those places. So people think that, oh, I can go buy a bubble machine and try to emulate what you do. What we've done with this program is we've actually taken it a step up so that we can provide people in our program with the education to provide wow factor so that people remember those shows more, because it's something that you can't go and get at Party City or you can't try to do with just a bubble machine. So we've done a lot of work in retooling this so that it is more of a kids entertainment kind of thing. and it's paying dividends. I did about 100 last year. I have Mike Weeder, who's in New Jersey. Mike Weeder's doing them, believe it or not, with snow on the ground. His demand went up, and he did some killer marketing, and he's closing in on his 400th bubble party since the pandemic started.
Wow.
And he's done very minimal marketing since these things have taken off. The majority of his work is referrals. The nice thing about this program as a whole is on the daycare side, we teach you how to make this so that you have repeat customers year after year after year. If you look at Disney World had a statistic that said that 3/4 of the people who went to Disney World in 2018 were going back in 2019. And it's the same thing with this particular program. We teach you how to make this program so successful and memorable in your market that you are getting a call back the next year. The easiest thing that happens this time of year, most of this time of year, I'm working on booking some weddings and going after my daycare clients, and it's one phone call. You make a phone call. I actually have daycares, even though they are currently closed right now, they are calling to hold dates so that when things reopen, they already have us booked and they're ready to go.
Killer. Look, you basically answered my question here about, how are you keeping your guys and providers working during this pandemic? You've got the main answer to really my question that I've been asking everybody. What do you do now? This is it. This is great.
The nice thing about this, and I talk about the program on a broader scale. I've been doing this program since 2005. I mean, in my wildest, and to be honest, I don't have kids. But the best feeling in the world is being able to go out there and to do this job and to enjoy the feedback from the kids and to see them having a great time. It almost brings me back to why I became a DJ in the first place.
It's fulfilling.
So
I bet their parents are happy too, because you guys wear them the hell out, so that when they're done with you guys,
exactly.
they're ready to go to bed or take a nap or something. So you probably make the parents just as happy as the kids.
Win-win.
That's it's led to other work too. Before pre-COVID, we would be at a wedding show and we'd be set up as Rob Peters Entertainment, and it would happen every year. We would see a teacher and her friend walk in, and I recognize the teachers because you see them so often when you're out doing this show that you're like, okay, you work at Bright Horizons here in Franklin. So you would see the teachers walk in and they would look at me up and down and give me that I know you, but I don't know you look, because I'd be in my suit and not in my funny hat and Hawaiian shirt and stuff.
That's too funny.
And they it would click and they'd go, Bubble Man, what are you doing here? And you connect the dots for them. It was the easiest sale to convince them to book me for their wedding, because they're already familiar with the stress and the expectations that are needed in entertaining kids at their school.
I had that same thing happen to me when I auditioned for a Chippendales thing here locally for a little while. So I get what you're saying.
This guy.
I'm totally kidding.
Stop
Totally
it.
kidding. Luke real quickly says, Rob, just want to say I love all that you do with bubble parties. It's
Thank
very
you.
impressive, and the kids love it. So
Rock on, bro.
Yeah.
Rock on.
The kids are enjoying it, and you know what? Our providers, even with everything going on with COVID and what we've done in reintroducing this, and I'll get to kind of what we're doing right now, and what I'd like to do for everybody watching tonight is not only put out the prizes that we're putting out. We have a brand new free special report that details how you can make this profitable for your business. All you really have to do is send me an email, and we'll use the easy one because it's quick. It's djrobpeters@gmail.com.
All right.
Send me an email. Tell me you're interested. I'll send you the free special report that details how this can be profitable for your business, what's included, and what the cost is. And for everybody watching tonight, if you do join our program between now and March 1st, we will take $50 off the first year of membership.
Look at there. Did I spell that? Did I put that up there right for you?
You did. That's perfect.
All right. So that's how folks can reach you.
David, I lied. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not wearing my glasses.
That's okay. All right. Well, if everybody gets a bunch of emails returned back to them, just reach out to me and I'll connect you with Rob. All right. So before we bring our other Rob on to join us tonight, because we got an action-packed show. One last question I want to ask you, and then Greg, if you have any follow-up as well. One last question I want to ask you is, where do you see this program in the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what's next for this program?
Great question.
It is a great question. I think honestly, it's kind of like what we've done with the program. Everybody's had to take a step backwards right now because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a pretty fair statement. And I think the premise of learning how to do more stuff with Bubbles is going to help us be able to bring this to more places. But we're going to be able to get it. I think the next 5 years, getting back into daycare centers and getting more kids' birthday parties out there and really tailoring this and taking advantage of some of the science involved with bubble making is going to allow this program to be such a great entertainment tool for performers that they're going to be able to book more. And I see that's where it's going. I'm looking to do a lot of expansion on this and have every major metropolitan market in the country and around the world with a bubble parties provider in it, going out and doing these shows and bringing smiles and bubbles to kids.
I love it.
Cool.
I love it. Well, you always got to support for me, man.
What I mix with. You said somebody was asking about what I mix with now?
Yeah, that was Professor Jam wanting to know what are you mixing with these days? I think there's something behind that.
I'm using a Denon 6000.
There you go.
So
there you go.
I keep it light and simple because being 52, I don't like lifting the heavy stuff.
A couple quick questions here. How well do you think this would work for elementary schools?
I book a ton of end of the year events. Usually, I mean, we don't know what COVID's going to look like in another month or two.
Yeah.
And they start to book this time of year. But with elementary schools, we book a lot of the what they call a field day or an end of the year party, mostly for kindergarten and first grade. But we have tailored the program so we can entertain all the kids. So it can be brought into elementary schools through certain resources, and we talk about that in the program.
I love it. And JD says, don't forget joining Bubble Parties deals on unique stuff, hats, etc. Great future stuff, a great group. You can always tell that you've got some good supporters when they're out there plugging for you, right?
Yeah.
Charlene says she used to do 200 events a summer.
Nice.
Yep. Charlene was in New Jersey, and she did a lot of great stuff. And she was very gracious when she relocated, and Mike took over, and things just took off. So this is a program that, when done right, and again, I'm giving you the tools in the toolbox. There's an element of this whole thing that involves you having to actually do stuff to make this work.
Yeah.
But in certain areas of the country, I'm envious of Florida. If I could move back to Florida, I would, because I'd be doing these year round.
We might have to talk about that then, huh?
We can talk about that.
Just so happens I'm in Florida, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, thank you. Can you stick around with us for a little while?
I can. Absolutely,
Perfect.
yeah. I'm going to open up my dry Dr. Pepper and watch the rest of the show.
There you go. Well, if I had mine, I would say cheers to you, but I don't. Oh, shit. I just threw it all over my. I was not supposed to say that on YouTube. Darn it. Charlene says she's in Florida now. See? So there you go. There you go. Match made in heaven. All right. Greg, I'm going to turn it over to you, if you would, sir, to read this bio. I'm going to clean up this drink I just threw all over my desk, and then we'll bring Rob Schwartz on.
That's okay. No problem. Glad we're going to overtime. So for the next half an hour, I'm going to read Rob Schwartz's bio. No, I'm only teasing. Actually, Rob's got a pretty cool bio here. As I read through it and I went investigating, I lost most of my day diving into all this cool stuff that Rob's involved with. So let me just start off. Mr. Rob Schwartz is the CEO of Who Mag Multimedia, Who Mag Distribution, and iFame TV. All right. Rob Schwartz is a music multimedia entrepreneur. He began his company, Who Mag Multimedia in 2001 and continues to adapt and create the blueprint for new forms of media and music distribution, while creating the first hip-hop DVD magazine in 2005 to be distributed by Netflix, Blockbuster, Walmart, and Target. He then switched from formats to a TV show called Who Mag TV, which premiered in 2007 in Europe. He also owned the TV shows DMTV, Dance Music TV, and Video Vision, which has a total of 190 episodes. Rob linked his deal for Who Mag distribution with Sony Orchard in 2010 and currently distributes almost 1,000 titles, including a Grammy Award-winning album, a few #1 Billboard albums, and some of the biggest names in music of all genres. In 2012, Rob launched the first urban network on Roku called iFame TV and was the first to air hip-hop and R&B music videos and content, as well as the first urban drama on OTTs. He currently owns 3 TV networks: iFame TV, Who Mag Multimedia, and Video Vision, which air on Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, Google Play, and a cell phone app here. It's www.whomagtv.com. All right. As an award-winning film director, Rob has directed and produced 35 music videos, including recently Papa Roach and the Who's, H-U-S, Wolf Totem it's called, which is close to 20 million views. Wow. He was recently was a production manager for the upcoming, what is it? My goodness, I got to put my Retaliators movie executive, produced by the major indie rock label Better Noise Music, and features Motley Crue, Five Finger Death Punch, Papa Roach, and more. He also won the Pocono Film Festival for Best Documentary for Who Mag Hip Hop Documentaries, as well as received many other awards for his directing and production work. He was the director, editor, and music supervisor of the music TV show Reboot, Dancing on Air, which I was on back in the early 80s. Oh, my God. Also known as Dance Party USA, which aired on Fuse TV, as well as the TV reality show based on creating the show called Saturday Morning Fever. Rob also directed and produced a film in London. He's worked on programs such as The Goldbergs, Jimmy Kimmel Live, The 4 on Fox, and many others. Rob is a voting member of the Grammys, as well as one of the youngest member of the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia. He's spoken all over the USA at multiple music conferences and universities, as well as speaking to over 50,000 people about music in Seoul, South Korea. You can check him out, www.whomagtv.com, whomagdistribution.com. And with that said, let's bring him up.
So basically, he hasn't really done much, right? Is what you're saying?
This guy really hasn't done anything.
He has all the time in the world to just sit around and do whatever he wants to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it took forever, to get him on this show too. So I actually want to thank him. He's a friend of a friend of a friend. It's all about networking. So yeah. Much love for both of our Robs tonight. So
let's get the second Rob from the Rob and Rob show on with us tonight. There he is, Mr. Rob Schwartz. What's up, man?
I didn't read the whole entire bio. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing today?
No, I'm actually glad that he did, because it gave me time to go get a towel to clean off the soda I threw all over the production desk here. So it was good that he did.
I was so into once I was going through it. I started looking at everything. I got lost. I lost like 3/4 of my day literally going through all of your stuff. It is really, really cool, Rob.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, really, really, really cool. So welcome to In the Q podcast. Above me, or who knows with these TVs, but above me is Mr. Rob Peters from Bubble Music, and we got David and Shane Orion. Say hi to those guys.
What's up?
So welcome to the fam, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Rob.
Yeah. How do you find time to sleep? That's the first question.
Usually I go to bed around 4 or 5 in the morning. And then I'll be up around 8:45 every day to make sure they get the virtual schooling for my kids. And
all right,
just you just make it happen, man. I love what I do, so it's kind of like gives me my own energy just because I don't know, but it takes its toll.
I have to see over your right shoulder. I see DJ Scribble. There's actually 3 of them.
Toys.
What's the name of them again? I had them for a while. You probably bought them off me on YouTube.
No, Scribble heads. The Scribble head toys.
Scribble heads. You turn their heads and they actually scratch, and you can. It's like it's like a fake little DJ thing. Cool stuff. But anyway, sorry. That's my.
Is that Penny Hardaway over your left shoulder there?
Oh, yeah. That's little Penny. Yep. That's when Chris Rock did his voice. They made a toy of him when he was doing the back in the day.
I thought that was. I couldn't really tell, but I could make out the jersey, so I thought that it looked like Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's little Penny. Cool. Little Penny. Yep.
Very, very, very cool. Look, obviously we know who you are and what you do, and where we could see your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate more though on Who Mag Distributions and Sony Orchard? Like it says you've been there for 11 years.
Yeah. I started my distribution. I was always been involved with music. I had a day job for 10 years in finance, and I left the day job at the end of 2009 after being in finance at Merrill Lynch because I was building Who Mag at that time, and it was a point where I was just tired of working for somebody else. So I built Who Mag enough to the point where the TV show was out all over the world, the DVD magazine did well, and I just was making enough money where I said, you know what, I've taken the risk, I failed, I went pretty much homeless at one point trying to figure out how to make this thing work. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it one last shot and just put everything I got. I just had my daughter at that time too, so it was a lot to figure out, but that was it. And so I left the day job October 9th, 2009. And in January 2010, I struck a deal with Sony Orchard. And the first record I had was Just Ice and KRS-One. Just Ice created gangster hip hop, a good friend of mine. And helped me put this record out and helped me get my deal with Sony Orchard. And the thing about it, what makes my distribution different when I got that deal was, since Just Ice was my friend, I wasn't really making this from a business perspective. I was just trying to help a friend out because he had some other offers on the table that he didn't like. So once I got it, I just started opening up the door for my friends. Like, yo, I got this situation, man. What? Because this, distro kid wasn't out. His companies weren't out back then. So it was really hard to get distribution. So I just looked out for my friends. The next thing you know, everyone started coming over. Here it is. It's 11 years later. We have about 1,000 titles. Grammy Award-winning title, a lot of big Billboard records, as you said. We do all genres. Johnny Cash's drummer, W.S. Holland, who just passed away recently, is one of my artists. So we have everything. We specialize in hip hop and R&B and pop, but we have everything. We have tons of rock artists. We have comedy albums. We have kids albums. We have everything. So we're distribution, but we go above and beyond every distribution company out there, which is people come, they stay. No one's ever left me.
Rob, quick question, if you would, just can you kind of break down what is just in case any listeners are not aware, what is kind of the responsibilities, if you will, of a distribution company? Like, what does that day-to-day process look like for an artist?
Funny was back in, dating myself. Back in 95, my first job was at Polygram Records, and I worked for a distribution company, ILS Distribution. I put out Jay-Z's first single in my lifetime. I put out rapper named Blase, Jay with the Damager, Dougie Fresh, Beanie Man. And it was the whole different because it was physical. Everything was mailing, photocopying flyers all day, mailing them out, calling all the record stores, making sure things were in stock. And now when I started my company in 2010, it's a whole different world. 15 years later, it's all digital distribution. So it's all Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, everything digital. So my job is, you give me your record, I put it through the Sony Orchard system, which is the biggest distribution in the world. Way, way, way bigger than the DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby, or the do-it-yourself ones. And we put it through our system and get it out. And plus, we do additional things like we do playlisting. We break stuff on FM radio stations. I own 3 music TV networks, as you said earlier, so we break music videos. But people love dealing with me because of me. You can't call anybody at the other places. You can't even email somebody if they go to the FAQ pages. With me, every one of my clients has my cell phone number. I talk to every single client before I sign them because we don't pick up everybody. We're very careful we pick up because to me, it's a relationship. You know, you come into our family, you have my number, you come to my parties, you meet my other clients. I always put artists together to collaborate. And it's kind of like, that's what I do. So my main responsibility is just getting your stuff out there all over the world. And no one does a better job than me than what I do. This is what I do full time. So that's the main responsibility, but we do everything else, man. And we just want to make sure that artists, I know it's a struggle out there for artists right now because the times are different. It's always changing. So it's good to have someone in your corner who's always on top of things and can help you out and point you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Greg, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah. Also, Humag Distribution. Explain to me Essentials Volume 1 and 2. What is that? Is that a best of? What is that?
Oh, so we dropped. So this is the idea I had because back when I worked at Polygram, the things I was super excited for was having this physical compilations I used to get from the label. So I brought that back. So we started. Here's the Volume 1. Humag Distributions. We brought back the physical and it's digital. So this one is hip hop. Volume 2 comes out Friday, and it's R&B. And it's over 11 years of some of our top songs that we think everybody must have.
Wow.
In March, you guys are one of the first to hear this, but in March, it's Women's History Month. So we're doing a women's CD, some of our top women's in music of all genres, from rock to pop to EDM to hip hop, whatever. Then we're going to do a pop version, a rock version, an EDM version. But every month's going to be a different compilation. And we're making physicals up just so that a lot of these younger artists may never be on a CD ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's put them on a CD. Let them give them to the moms and dads and feel proud. If you're older, give it to your kids, something you can pass along. So,
okay. Hey, Rob, what is the website right now? If you could read it off for those listening now, and then those listening, on the podcast in the future here. What's the website where they can get this?
Well, the CDs are free. I'm just giving them away.
Wow. How can they get these CDs then?
Just hit me up, humag@gmail.com, music at Humag Distribution. So here's the strategy we do. We have a contest. We have the autograph versions of these too. They have about 20 plus autographs on the artists. And I'm talking about some pretty big names signed these. And we're giving away 20 of them, the autograph ones. All you got to do is look for this Humag Distribution Essentials Volume 1. Look for Spotify, Tidal, Apple, YouTube, any playlist. Add your 3 favorite songs to your playlist. And then email us your playlist. And we see it on there. We put you in a raffle. We pick 20 winners. One additional winner is going to win an extra $100 as well.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And just do something cool to help the artist out. You know what I'm saying? We're all about helping the artists and helping everybody grow together.
Who was on that first CD? On that hip hop?
Are you a hip hop head? Let's see. We got.
I'm very much a hip hop head. Is why.
Dude. Please read it off, man.
Just Dice and KRS-One, of course.
Nice.
Maddox with Cannabis. UMC's. Which has GE is also one who has a solo deal with us too. Through he was Grammy nominated. He did produce Magic Stick by 50 Cent Little Kim as well.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Shapiro with Cool Keith, Mike E.D. from Main Source, Shiroz and Joe Budden, Ron Valor and Sadat X, Grandmaster D from Houdini with the Blue Valor, the Sixers, which is a group with the Bad Seed and Eller Blitzkrieg, Pop the Brown Hornet with King Just and Fez Taylor. We got DJ Caesar from Sirius XM with Porter Rich. We got Lush One, who runs the King of the Dot Battle League. Del P, Crossroads, which is Grammy-nominated Baby Paul, and Hoop MC. We got Los Music and Pat. I see Pat popping up on here right now. He's watching. 144,000 Shows and Few, which is Judah Priest from Wu-Tang affiliate. And Third the Writer.
Oh, I got to get me a copy of that.
Oh, wow.
Give me your address, bro. We can give some away on the show, too, if you want.
Oh, look at there.
Oh, my address is coming. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'll definitely mail you guys some copies. The R&B ones come Friday, so I'll mail you those as well, too.
Rob, you go up to New York a lot and do a lot of promotions up in that area?
Yeah, we just did a party up there. So we did a party for this one. We did a private CD signing in Brooklyn. My friend at G Studio from UMC's. And Grandmaster Kaz came by. With the founders of hip hop, he came by, signed some. Nice. Signed some. So we got a lot of big records, man. We got a lot of it's hard to pick the 20 records on this because we have so many amazing artists and so many amazing records that like I'm ready for volume 2 for hip hop, but we got to get through the R&B, the woodlands, and everything else first.
You mentioned a lot of great art, and the reason I was asking about the whole New York connection is if you haven't yet, you need to really get down with Michael Rappaport, because he can. This guy, he's crazy. He's fun to hang out with. He's got Rappaport. You've hooked up with him?
I don't know him personally. No, I don't know him personally, but I love him.
Dude, he's got a vibe just like you. I feel the same energy coming right through that screen. He
did a show on Fox a long time ago. I used to watch all the time. I love from TV show he used to be on.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is still early, but now that we got you, we got some partying to do and we got some networking to do. I see some great things, brother. Yeah, this is cool. All right, Dave.
Yeah, no, I think this is great, man. And you guys, Rob was gracious enough to offer a couple CDs to give away tonight too. So that just upped the ante on our giveaway tonight. So if you haven't signed up yet, this is the time to do it. We'll give away the collapsible limbo pole and a CD to 3 of our listeners. Rob Schwartz, is that okay with you? We can do 3 for that.
We'll give away both CDs because volume 2, the R&B one, I'll have Friday. So,
oh my God! So you guys are going to get 2 CDs, collapsible limbo pole. All you got to do, if you haven't done so yet, I sound like a used car salesman, don't I? All you got to do right now is sign up. Just fill out this application and give us a blood sample, and we'll take good care of you. No, seriously, guys, all you got to do is just scan that QR code up in the top right-hand corner over Greg's shoulder there, or you can just text the number scrolling across the screen. Send us your name, let us know who you are, and then you'll get a text back on how to change your name. So be sure to change it to your name so we'll know that's you, and we'll be giving away that for you. All right, so Rob, I think I'm just curious to know like who are like some of your big influencers. Like if you had to name like your top 5 influencers in the industry, like who are those, top 3 or 5 people?
That's tough, man. I would say Steve Jobs. Quincy Jones, Stevie Wonder, because I'm a songwriter and producer too. I do music as well. In fact, I just wrote the Force MD's last song that's out now called "Fly with You." Nice. And before all this, I worked with some of Babyface's artists when I lived down in LA. So I've always been big in R&B writing. So those are pretty much my main ones. I mean, I'm a big fan of Steve. I've always studied Steve Jobs and the way he speaks, and he's always, was an inspiration to me just off some of those things he used to say. But Quincy Jones' book was my favorite book. I never met Quincy Jones either. He's somebody on my bucket list. Stevie Wonder's on my bucket list. Morris Day's on my bucket list. So, but it's just, I wish I had more mentors. I kind of like taught, when you hit like the bottom in your part, you fight your way up and you realize that like you can control your whole life and do whatever you want to do. It just changes everything. And that's kind of what happened in my world. It's like when I left that day job, I was surrounded, and I had a great day job. I was at Merrill Lynch doing risk management. So don't get it, but I was surrounded by so much negativity all day. And I never realized it until I actually separated myself from that, how different I felt and how angry and negative I was when I was there because I'm surrounded by negative people all day. So now when I left, and now I can control my own destiny, and I'm around artists and musicians. I was doing music videos, and I was doing, starting the networks and starting the distribution. And, my TV show was already big at that time, but I surround myself with creative people. And with WhoMag and DMTV, we interviewed about 3,000 people. So I have like tons and tons of interviews, 3,000 interviews. So I interviewed so many people. So it was cool, like taking pieces from each successful person and kind of incorporating them to what I do too. So it's inspiration when you're around it. Because back when we started this in 2001, WhoMag's been out for 20 years now. So wow. We started doing these interviews. It's like we were the only one with a camera back then. I live in Cherry Hill. I would go back and forth to New York like 3-4 times a week while having a day job because I was invited because I had a camera. And I had a website, whomag.net, for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So nice. We filmed the interviews. And for hip hop, Rolling Stones wasn't doing hip hop up there. A lot of big major sites wasn't doing it for independent artists. So everyone was hitting us up. So we're back and forth to New York, back and forth. And that's why we have so many interviews. And, it became great. Or, I was the main guy filming concerts and hanging out with these super celebrities, going to LA, hanging out with Pitbull, hanging out with this person, hanging out with that person. you know, it was because I had a camera and a website. But then I got to know the people, and then, you know, it just grew, and it grew my platform and my businesses. And so we had so much content. I'm like, I need to control my own destiny. And that's why I started the TV networks, because I was tired of making these shows to give to other networks to air. Just me around and switch my times on me. You know, I was like, you know what, I got to figure this out. So that's why in 2012 I came across Roku, and like no one knew what Roku was back then. So I said, you know what, this looks. I was trying to figure out how to get my own Dish TV network or Direct TV, but it was just $150,000. It was ridiculous. So I came across this thing called Roku, and we put iFame TV. We put up there, and it's been 9 years now. And we started with the Dance Party USA catalog, Dancing on Air. So we got tons of views from that. And then plus all the WhoMag, all the DMTVs. We launched the very first urban drama ever on Roku called Book of Nimrod, which was a huge show in Philly. It was through our network. And it just grew and grew. Then all the others, you know, Roku channels started coming, which, you know, it's cool. But nobody can still touch what I do with the channels. If you watch WhoMag Multimedia on your Roku, Apple, Google Play, wherever you look, compare our music. We are the music of Netflix, the Netflix of music. I mean, we have so much content, concerts, and most of our stuff is exclusive too. We get so many videos. Our videos are all user submitted. We're not just ripping them off of YouTube like most channels. They're all user submitted. And we have so many TV shows, movies, concerts, everything. Stuff you've never seen before, stuff you never know existed. Plus all the Dance Party USA stuff, Dance on Air stuff too. Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so we got a question here. Do you prefer East Coast or West Coast hip hop, or does it matter to you?
It's a good question. East Coast. It does. I'm old school. The West Coast. I love West Coast, but I'm selective. I was big into Alcoholics, as you probably see here.
Yeah, there you are, right there. Yep.
Alcoholics.
I love those guys.
Me too, man. There's a lot of great West Coast groups. I was never too much into NWA or Eazy-E, although I did like DJ Quick.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of E40, big fan of Too Short. Love Too Short. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of big hip hop artists in the West Coast I like, but it's not the gangster stuff. It's more the lyrical stuff out there. So I'm a lyricist guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got somebody also ask, are your channels available in Canada?
Yes. In fact, we're on broadcast TV in Canada on a channel called Caravision. We're all over. Caravision airs in Quebec and Ontario, I believe, as well as all over the Caribbean islands, and then New York, New Jersey, Connecticut on Optimum TV and Cablevision. So, but if you have, and I believe Roku's in Canada too. So if you have a Roku, I mean, our shows are on there: WhoMag TV, Videovision, and DMTV.
And that's what I wanted you to really break down. Can you so basically Roku and Apple TV apps we can find iFame, Videovision, and WhoMag TV. Is that correct?
Yes, there's 3 networks.
Yep.
WhoMag Multimedia is my most popular one.
Okay.
Which is Apple, Roku, Google Play, our free cell phone app. You can WHO?MAG. You can download it on your phone, or just go to WhoMagTV.com.
Okay.
It's most popular because of the website and the cell phone app.
Excellent.
iFame and Videovision are Roku, Apple, and the Fire Stick. So we have 3 networks. WhoMag and iFame, we have our most viewership on iFame because we've been on the air. We've been there for 9 years.
Okay.
Videovision is the new guy on the block. We started that about 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's just music videos. You want something just dedicated. We have so many submissions that come in all day. So we need a dedicated video platform for the music videos. And it's all genres. It's every genre. We with the distribution company, we have artists all over the world. We have artists in Czech Republic. We have a whole bunch in Australia, Sweden, Switzerland, Dubai, Qatar, everywhere. So with the distribution, we support the music from all over. We have a big label in Turkey. A lot of artists voice distribution in Turkey. So we have many international as well as many national artists. So we provide a platform to support that with the music videos as well too.
Okay. Yeah, it's every all these questions are coming in, guys. If you want to please ask these questions in chat, that'll really help us out. Another one said, "Can you repeat your email again?"
Oh, first of all, I see the WhoMag.
There you go. WhoMag, MAG, WHOMAG TV.com.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
It's all WhoMag. It's vain to guess what WhoMag means. So what happened was so when I was graduating college, I met up with a friend. I met this guy named Mike Clark. Mike Clark is a singer. Next thing you know, we're like best friends. We're working together. He sings, I write, he produces. We used to do music together every single day. He was managed by somebody this guy named Keith, who managed one of the members of As Yet, and that's what got us to go out to LA. And that's when we started working with Babyface's people out there. And then from there, we came back to the East Coast. It didn't work out the way we wanted to. So we tried to build a magazine that was geared towards independent artists in 2001, which was unheard of at that time because nobody was focused on independent artists 20 years ago. So why we call it Who Mag was no one knew, we're picking one artist, no one knew who this person was, independent and surrounded with some big name people. Because when I was in LA, we met a lot of people. And we were tied in with Dr. Dre and a few other people too. So we're like, let's go to these big interviews and put our indie on there. And that's where the Who came from Who Mag.
Oh, I love it.
Awesome. All right. And the email to get you, was it whomag at Gmail? What was that? Can I have that?
.com is the easiest way. We have other ones like music at whomagdistribution.com, but the easiest one to remember is whomag at gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whomag.
K-pop pop up. We pick up everything, man. Do we have any K-pop artists? Not at the time, but we are looking for them. We look for all genres. We know K-pop is a huge thing right now. We have a lot of big social media artists that blown up on TikTok and Instagram. We have we're always looking for the next thing. So if you are a K-pop artist, I'd definitely love to hear what you got.
Love it.
Yes.
Greg, any final questions?
You know what? Did we hit everything, that you wanted to promote and get out there, Rom?
I think we're pretty good. I mean,
good. All right. Look, here's our big question we like to ask everybody. Where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years from now?
I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. And the reason why I say that, well, I know what I'm going to be doing, but the reason why I love what I do, because like my whole mentality is I don't go to sleep until everything's done for the day. All my emails have to be answered. All my texts have to be returned, which is why I'm up to 4 or 5 o'clock every single night.
Wow.
I wake up with a ton of messages and stuff to do. So I love it. I love doing movies. Like you said, Retaliators. I just finished working on a movie called Retaliators. It's got Joe Gatt from Game of Thrones. It's got Mark Menchaca from Ozark and a few other people. I have a few other movies I'm about to start working on too. I'm working on Finding Christmas right now. I'm one of the producers for, which has got Robert Clohessy from Blue Bloods, for Boardwalk Empire and Oz. He's in it. So I love doing movies. I love doing music, and it's just like it's kind of cool when you can become you can control your whole life and what you do. It sounds kind of cliché. People say this, but when you control your destiny, it's the best thing. So where I'm gonna be 5 years from now, I'm still gonna be being me. Listen, this is how I dress. I used to be a suit and tie guy for 10 years. People see me, I dress and I'm comfortable, and I'm easy to approach. I talk to everybody, and I know one thing for sure: I'll be the same person that I've always been my entire life.
I love that.
Great.
I love that. We got one more question from the audience here, Greg, and then I think we'll almost be ready to wrap things up. So my son is 15, growing up in the industry, been DJing seriously for 5 years. What advice would you give him? His nickname is DJ B Dizzle, mobile DJ side of things. What should he be listening to? Or who should he be listening to? Sorry.
Okay, so this is my suggestion. This is what I tell artists all the time too. Like, every artist is different. I get it. Everyone has their own identity. No one wants to play like somebody else. I get it, because as an artist, you're a creative person and you're supposed to be. But if you want to be a DJ, if you want to be a producer, if you want to be an artist, you still need to understand what's in the top 20 in the Billboard charts. You still have to understand it. If you're a producer, I told all my producer friends, listen, man, you may hate what's on the radio, but if you go look at the Billboard chart, try to recreate those sounds that you hear on the top 20, because that's the sounds that's working today.
That's what's selling.
If you're a DJ, you need to figure out where the BPMs, what's going on, where are because if you're doing a mix, you got to mix this stuff in. You know what I'm saying? So understand what's being played in the top 20. Now, I'm a total anti-top 20 person. My music, people ask me what I listen to all the time. I only listen to my clients. I get so much music submitted all the time. Like, I'm like musiced out. But when I'm listening to stuff in the car, I just dump all my music on flash drives and I just drive around with flash drives of all my new artists, and I love it. But we have to understand the music industry. We do have to understand this is a business, and the top 20, top 50, the bubbling under, this is stuff we all need to know about. So if you're a DJ, listen to what's in the top 20, mix, practice your mix and blend and all that kind of stuff. If like a lot of my friends are independent underground hip hop DJs, that's great. But if that's where you're going to go, but if you want to start doing something like Rob Peters does, like the kids parties and stuff like that, I know he has to understand what the kids are listening to. You can't just play what you want. You got to say, okay, what are the kids charts? What are these kids listening to? What's the TikTok trends? What's going on here? So it depends what he's targeting, and just attack that and just study it. And it changes every week. So you always have to be on top of it. And you always have to study the bubbling under too, because when it's time to, you want to be one of the first ones to break records. I mean, Shazam is a dope tool if you guys don't have Shazam. Just to see what's the here before, as you first hear it. Once it's already a hit, that's cool, but to be one of the first ones to play something and turn people on to stuff is kind of cool too.
What a great answer, man. That was a great answer, Rob.
Well, thank you.
I love that.
Man.
Yeah, and I practiced that once I knew it was coming.
You know what? now we got it on tape, so this is in our archives. So I thank you for that, because we got a lot of kids that are in class, that are in my school, that are in other schools and other organizations that this is going to go out to, that this is going to help. And this is exactly, and it's not just kids. There's one of my students right there, Andrew. But it's not just kids. This is adults as well. I mean, you're never too old to learn. Look at all of us. Not saying we're all old, but
I don't think there's anyone that knows everything about this music industry. It's impossible. It's so big. And there's so many different sides of it, from the writing, producing, the publishing. It's huge, to be an attorney, to like working a crowd. There's so many elements that you really can't look at all. So it's always a learning experience, and I love this. I go to conferences. I'm actually speaking at a conference coming up on the 26th and 27th, the Millennium Music Conference. It's going to be virtual. It's my third year, their 25th year.
Okay.
But I always go to conferences and listen, man. I love learning and different perspectives of this stuff.
You said the magical word 5 times, love. And you said, I love what I do. That's one of our questions in the beginning. We kind of skipped through certain questions, but like I said, where do you see yourself? The other question is, and both you and Rob Peters said it without us asking you why do you do this? Why are you in this industry? It's not for the money. No. It's not, it's because you love this. It's love, whether it's dealing with people or you love the music. And that's a really important part when we educate these entertainers out there. So
you got to be careful, because there's so many scammers out there. I mean, that's the problem with independent artists, is it's so hard to trust people, because so many people have been taken advantage of. And that's why I'm very, very open. I'm very, very see-through. I have to be, when I talk to people, I'm perfectly clear with everything I say. I learned that from working at Merrill Lynch. I mean, Chrysler, DuPont Paint were my clients. So they're our clients. If I lost a client, I'm blackballed from finance. Sure. So I'm very careful how I did things. Even my emails, if I shoot you an email, you see how very detailed my emails are, just so there's that track record, just because you have to make sure, and as an artist, it's like you have to learn how to talk different artists' language, because every artist is different. So you have to understand what they're looking for and how to get that. But at the end of the day, it's like, once you have to love what you do, and I love what I do every single day. I mean, and I guess it's people say I'm lucky, but they don't see the sleepless nights and the struggles I had to put up to get to this point. And it took me a while. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't trade for anything. And that's why I'm up to 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what's on Netflix. I don't know what's on TV, because I don't have time. I wish I could. I don't watch sports. I used to watch sports. I stopped. I don't play video games. I had made sure that this is what I want to do. And I told myself when I left Merrill Lynch, this is what I'm going to do full time. This is what I want to do full time. Good.
Fabulous. And you know what? Thank you both, Robs, for this. This has been fabulous. You've really educated on both sides of the fence, of all these people that come here that are learning, from the old, to the young, that are really, and one of the topics, is the side hustle, but doing what you love. And then Rob, especially with being a DJ, focusing on what you want, identify your goal and then go after it and do exactly that. So Dave, anything else, pal?
I love it. So you know what? I know that Rob Peters has to get out of here pretty quickly. So I'm gonna just do some rifle through some because we haven't done this yet. One of our sponsors is Poddex, and we haven't done this yet. So we're gonna rifle through some Poddex questions real quick. And while we're doing that, just to remind everybody, we're gonna do our giveaway right after that. All right. So right after that, we're gonna be doing our giveaway. If you have not signed up yet. We sweetened the deal with I mean, the deal is already sweet with Rob Peters and the collapsible limbo pole. Now we also have 2 CDs we're throwing in this for you guys. Again, I feel like I sound like a used car salesman, but at the end of the day, we just want to show you guys some love for supporting us and coming back and watching the show every time. So if you haven't done so yet, this is your chance to do it. You guys, all you got to do is text your name. You can use the QR code that Greggy C is holding up over there for us, or you can use the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. Perfect. And just text in your name and then and let us know who you are. And then we're going to do that giveaway in just a couple minutes here. Okay, so here's how Poddex works. I'm going to ask a question. Tonight we're going to do a would you rather. Simple, quick. Oh, I see you have them in your hand there. Nice, Rob.
Yeah, you know what? These have been a gem with some virtual networking stuff that I've
told you they would. I told you they would. Anybody who does what we do should check into Poddex. I'm telling you that right now. You should check into Poddex. All right. So here's how it works.
To get them either. That's what's the coolest part is. So
yeah, no doubt about it. So I'm going to ask a would you rather question. It's either or. If you want to expand on your answer, you're welcome to do that. But we're kind of do this rapid fire, and I'm going to ask both Robs and then. Shane, if you want to answer as well, you're welcome to. And then finally, the audience, you guys can answer in the comments. If you guys want to answer in the comments, it's a would you rather, either or. Real simple. Greggy C, of course, you're always welcome to play along with this as well. All right, so here we go. Would you rather pull a tooth with a pair of pliers or brand yourself with a cattle prod? One or the other.
Pull the tooth.
I think I'll
all right. We got one pull the tooth.
I cattle prod. I've already tased myself. So
we got a cattle prod.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the cattle prod as
cattle
well.
prod. Shane said he'll brand himself. All right, Schwartz. What about you?
I'm a brand myself with the cattle.
Oh, look at there! Ooh. Look at there! Look at there! We got a couple of comments in the audience. Okay, we got a couple tooths pulling and a couple branders. I guess you guys like that pain. All right. All right. So here we go. Next one is would you rather be covered in bees or covered in spiders?
Spiders.
All right, so everybody's going with spiders on that one. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see what the audience. We'll see if the audience like spiders or bees. Which one would you rather be covered in, spiders or bees? All right, so next one, we got a couple coming through here. Dee Dee says spiders. Yeah, I think most people probably agree. You know, the thing about spiders is that, you know, you can chew them off pretty well, then they don't get too aggravated. But, you know, so somebody here says neither. Now it's an either or. It's either or. It can't be neither. It's got to be either or.
No sitting on the fence.
Yeah,
no sitting on the fence.
You cannot be diplomatic and just stand in the middle. That doesn't work.
None of them will turn into a Spider-Man. They bite you and then let you.
Look at Schwartz. I like it. All right, I got it.
The bee powers are kind of corny, but the spider powers are kind of cool.
There you go. I like where your head's at on that one. All right, I got a couple more. Would you rather blow up 100 balloons or lick 500 envelopes?
Oh, balloons.
Yeah, balloons.
I actually, because I taught myself how to balloon twist last year, I've done the whole balloon thing and I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that balloons though.
Let's put it this way: that the envelopes, you don't want to end up like George's fiance from Seinfeld.
There you go. Well, we got a few people that, at least one person. No, it looks like most people in the audience are going with balloons as well.
Balloons.
I think they're more of the balloon people. All right, here we go. Last one. These are fun, guys. Thank you all for having fun with us on this one. So here you go. Last one. Would you rather appear as a guest on your favorite TV show for a full season or have lifetime backstage passes for any concert you want to attend?
Ooh.
Lifetime backstage passes for any concert.
I was on a TV show. I've been to enough concerts.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
This is me personally.
I gotta go with you on that one, Rob. I'm always walking around saying I should be on my own reality show. I think I could handle a season of me.
What show would you be on, Rob?
Oh, geez. I got to go old school on this one. I'm a Boston guy. Cheers.
Ooh. I mean, you could drink all day. That's a perfect.
That's exactly.
How about you, Schwartz? What show are you going to be on? Since you said the show as well.
Man, well, my favorite show would be the Game of Thrones or Walking Dead.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I want to be on either.
I got to be honest with you. I got to throw Blue Bloods into the mix because I've actually been binging that for the past 2 weeks. So
I just mentioned earlier, I did a movie with Rob Clohessy. He's in my new movie.
Nice.
Yeah. He's a cool guy, super cool guy.
Dan says Jersey Shore. There you go. Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I don't know what show it would be because most of my shows are zombies. So I don't think I want to be around zombies or even try to experience to see how good I am with zombies. I know I'll probably be the first one eaten.
I love that. I love that. Everybody knows your name. There's a good cheers reference there. I love it. All right, you guys. Thank you for having fun with that, man. If you guys have not checked them out, be sure to check out Pod Decks. You guys are perfectly put together for a conversation starter, especially like Rob Peter said, if you're hosting a mixer or you're just looking for a way to kind of strike up some fun conversations on a podcast or whatever. They're fun. They're so fun for that. So
Don't forget our buddies here at Request Now.
Yeah,
too.
and of course our buddies Request Now. I think they're coming on the show next week to show off a new feature that they debuted on our Tuesday night podcast. They debuted at last week. I think they're going to be on next week with us to show our fun followers and our friends here that follow us on In the Queue podcast. All right, so before we do this giveaway, here I got to make sure I let everybody know how we're going to do this because these items have to be mailed, okay? These items have to be mailed, so this is what we need you to do. If you're a winner, and I'm going to remember who they were, if you are a winner, we need you to send your address to us on Instagram at In the Queue Podcast. Okay? On Instagram at In the Queue Podcast. Send us your address. We'll get that to Schwartz. We'll get that to Rob Peters, and we'll make sure that these items are sent out to you guys. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna run my raffle here, and can we get a virtual drum roll from everybody? We're gonna do this 3 times. Virtual drum roll. Hit it. Let me hear that drum roll. First winner, FTS Mobile DJs. FTS Mobile DJs. That's Matt. Matt with FTS Mobile DJs. That is our first winner. That is our first winner tonight. We got 2 more. Give me another drum roll, please. Another drum roll. Ooh, this is a person who did not submit their name. So the last 4 digits of the phone number is 4559. 4559. If you're watching in the audience right now, that's the last 4 digits. That's why I tell you to change your name, because I don't know it's you if you don't change your name. So if the last 4 digits of your phone number, everybody's looking at their phone like, what the hell is my phone number? I don't even remember my own phone number anymore, right? So if you're in the audience still listening, and the last 4 digits of your phone number is 4559, let us know in the comments section that that's you, or you can respond back to the text so we know that's you, and then we'll get you taken care of. All right, and the last one more drum roll, please, everybody. One more drum roll. There it is. Here we go. Oh, no, that was somebody who already won the first time. All right. There we go. DJ B Dizzle. Look at there. DJ B Dizzle. All right. Young man. 15-year-old yes. DJ. Young DJ. All right. Well, there you go.
Congrats.
There you go.
Right answer to that question. What should you be doing as a DJ? You should be playing my CD. There you go.
There it is. Yeah. Well, and now he's going to have the opportunity to do so.
You can have both.
All right. So that's it. So that's the deal. JD Fields said that was him. JD Fields, text in real quick. Just text in and just say that's me, and I'll know it's you. Text in and say that's me. Not on the chat there, but on the text section. Just text us back and let us know it's you. Sorry, I just have to do that to be fair.
And hey guys, if you want more of this, we have all of our past seasons on our YouTube channel. Really, if you go to inthequepodcast.com, you'll be able to see our YouTube channel, see our past shows. Okay. They just seem to be evolving even better, but please hit the subscribe button. The most beautiful thing about YouTube is you'll get a text message, especially if you set that up, that when the show's live, if you forget, you're driving around somewhere, boom, you pop up your cell phone, you pop up your tablet, you'll see the show. And like I said, we're going to have these great guys hopefully on again, because I think you both really were awesome, and you've got a lot more but behind the curtains, then we have time to really do in an hour podcast that went a half an hour overtime.
Right. Agreed.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Both
All right,
of you.
so
gentlemen.
I just
Thank
want to real quickly say it one more time before we get out of here, so there's no misunderstandings. JD Fields and FTS Mobile DJs and DJ Busy B. Hopefully, I'm Busy B. Sorry, I hope I'm saying that right. All three of you guys send us your mailing address on Instagram to In the Queue Podcast. Just send that to our Instagram account. Send us your address so we can get that to Rob Schwartz and Rob Peters and get that stuff mailed out to you guys. All right. Cool. Any final words from Rob and Rob before we wrap this thing up?
If you don't have the physical, look for it digitally in all your platforms. Humag Distribution Essentials Volume 1. Again, you add your 3 favorite songs off this CD. You know it's shiny. Humag Essentials Volume 1. I don't know if you can see it or not. But anyway, add your 3 songs to your playlist. Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, Apple, whatever, YouTube, whatever. Email to us, humag@gmail.com. We are going to pick 20 winners and give them the autograph version. It has like 20 autographs on it from all these big hip hop artists. Plus, one winner will win $100 as well. I will also send you the R&B record as well too. So, Humag, everything's Humag. Facebook, Instagram, I do follow back. Everything is Humag.
Love it. Rob Peters,
Now
final words?
that's branding right there. That's branding. Having it on the hat.
Humag.
So I'll throw it out there real quick. Free special report on how you can implement bubble parties into your business. Drop me an email at djrobpeters@gmail.com. If you win a limbo poll and you want to buy one, hit me up as well. We'll put together a special price and I'll get it out to David. You can put it out there to everybody. So
Yeah,
I got to jump. I got to go do a West Coast thing, but thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Rob. Good to see you, bud. Have a good one, man.
See you
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much put a button on this thing tonight there, Greg.
Cool. Yeah. Great show tonight. Wow.
Absolutely. All
Thank
right.
you.
Real quick before we get out of here, Greg, I'm going to kick it over to you to let us know what we got next week, because we got some exciting next week, don't we?
Yeah. Well, one of my guys, Gabriel Schwartz, another Schwartz is coming on by. Gabriel Schwartz, he's one of my PR guys that works with Current Entertainment here, and he's working behind the scenes. Everybody really doesn't know within the Q podcast, doing a great job, with our promotions and things. But besides Gabriel coming on, and just spending a few minutes with us and probably hanging out for the show, hopefully, if all goes well, we'll have Keith Shockley from Public Enemy, talking about everything from being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to Public Enemy to Spectrum City that he was involved in, all of his different ventures. So the Bomb Squad, etc. He is just a fabulous guy, and he's also a fellow PV sponsored artist that I have to give props to. So
absolutely. Well, that's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to that show. I'm looking forward to being a part of that show. And our buddy Shane Ryan, thanks for sitting in with us today, man.
Yes, guys. I'm happy to be here this evening.
And
Rob, I learned a lot from you just listening to you, man. I really feel your passion. I'm DJ, music producer, so just listening to your passion and listening to your drive, top notch.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep, and Shane's going to be with us on the first show of next month. So Shane will be our guest on the first show of next month, and it was nice to have you sit in with us and kind of share the table with me that normally Nick would be sharing with me. But
caressing the mic.
Yes, he has a tendency to caress the mic as he loves it. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you for checking in. I did hear from all 3 of our people who won tonight. I've got their information, so I'll send it to both of the Robs, and we'll get those guys taken care of. And then we will look forward to seeing everybody next week. So until then, you guys have an amazing week. Keep learning, keep growing, and just keep doing what you do. We love you guys, and we're appreciative of you guys for watching us every week. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.
Take care.
Peace.